evening, everyone. If you don't mind, I just got to take a minute. I first of all want to say thank you to all of my Acts for You family, the board members, CEO, and everybody that came up with this program. It has been a very, very rewarding one in my life and in my son's life. I love these guys. I just want to say that I think this program has been the best thing going since sliced potatoes. That's no joke. I am a single mom of 2 children. I have my daughter, who's 28, and my son, Jacoby. And I've served 27 years in the Army. I have to say that this experience has been the most experience in my life that's been wonderful because God has blessed me with men like Mr. Blake, Mr. Antoine, Mr. Good, Mr. Wale to come into my life because of my son. My son asked to join Acts for Youth. And I was like, oh, okay, tell me a little bit about it. Well, I ignored it the first time because they asked for some things they don't know they want. But he came back and was pretty persistent about it. Jacoby joined Acts for Youth, and it made a tremendous result in our life. He's a very responsible young man because of Acts for Youth. He's always been a great boy, and I was blessed by that, but I was always worried, being a single mom, how can I offer him what he needed to be a great man? And God has given me the opportunity to allow my son to be in a program such as this that I never thought would ever be in existence, but it is because these men became his friends. These men introduced him to other friends. These men taught him how to be responsible, outgoing, polite, and to offer something to society, not only at home. He's always had a nurturing spirit to take care of me and look out for his sister and now his niece, but it was really something missing. And I thank God for Acts of Youth because they helped Mr. Blake and Mr. Wale and Mr. Antoine through their guidance and their love and their support, helped Jacoby develop to be a better young man to the point that he even came to me and said, well, you know, Mom, even though Dad is in Virginia and we're up here and finally we're not traveling with the Army, I have been blessed to come across some people that I really love. He said, Mr. Blake and Mr. Wale, Mr. Antoine aren't counselors to me. They're my fathers. And that thing really touched me sincerely because my son goes to talk to them about things he can't even talk to me about. And as a young man, that's important in a community in which we're living in today. There's so much hatred. There's so much turmoil. There's so much problems in homes that you never realize what you're dealing with when you're dealing with it. And these guys conquer so much with these kids that it's unbelievable that I'm always involved and looking and peeking and listening as to what's going on when they're at school and prayer and when they're in the after-school program, helping with grades and prayer. That I just thank God for them because it brings about an awareness for these young men that they normally don't get in our society today. There's so much going on that the last thing we think about is our kids. But our children are our future for tomorrow. I would do anything I can for Acts of Youth because it's empowering to me as a single mom to know there's good Christian men out here that love our boys, even though they aren't their children, and want to give them something and develop their lives to be responsible men into society, not just to your family. I want to know that when my son grew up, that he knows how to be a productive man. And being in a program such as this has made that income and that output in our life that my son goes to Virginia and everybody rips and raves about Acts for Youth. Acts for Youth is here. But he carries that with him. And my mother-in-law, my ex-husband, everybody calls me and say, well, Angie, Jacoby's telling me so much about it. You know, he doesn't want to come to Virginia. He was supposed to be moving to Virginia. He said, no, Mom, I want to stay. I want to be here with you. I want to stay and Acts for Youth. And that was a huge decision in my family's life because I was sending my son away to be with his father so that he can be a productive man, not knowing that God had ordered our steps. He had already ordered my steps. He ordered it for my son. So when my son asked about this program, I said, I'm all for it. I got your back. I'm going to support you. Little did I know I would come to love these guys and these boys so much that everybody knows me. And I know them because it's just a family. It's a family where we embrace and love one another. And the only thing I can say to you guys is, hats off. I give all praise to God for you because you're making a difference in my life and in my son's life and in my son's future. And that difference is something I could never take away, to the point that my son told his father, I love you, but I can't come and stay. I want to stay in Baltimore schools with Acts for Youth. I want to stay with the men that I love that are guiding me. What more could we say? What more could I say? And I just thank God for this. Mr. Blake and Mr. Wiley, no, I don't care what it is they're doing. I want to be involved. Why? I love these young men. And I want to see also where their life grow, and I want to help. We talked this earlier in this year about the boys and mouthpieces and protective equipment because my son was playing and got hurt and a couple teeth got knocked out. And we went to the dentist, and the dentist said, well, you know, that's something we have to think about. And I said, well, you know what? There is no thinking about it. With all the money I have in my pocket, I want to buy all these boys' mouthpieces. I don't want anybody to be hurt because we love them, and in loving them, we need to step up and have that responsibility towards them. I can only say from one parent to another, from one individual to another, it has truly been a blessing in my life. Such a blessing that me and my family have altered our life around what we see is what my son needs. He needs Acts for Youth. He needs productive, responsible, loving men to help guide him. Because unfortunately, I don't have men in my family that's doing it. But I have the family that God has blessed me with, and that's been Acts for Youth. So I can't thank you guys enough, of the board of directors, to say, keep pushing forward. I just want to tell you, all your work that you do is not in vain. It's not in vain because you're making an impression on these young men. You're helping families such as myself. You're developing the character that they need to have because they're going to be our future. And we want to invest in them that will turn right around, and invest in us. So all I can say is, guys, please don't ever give up. Don't stop doing what God has called you to do because it's meant for all of us. And people such as me, I can't even say thank you enough. I can't say thank you. Mr. Wiley, I'm so happy God has blessed you with your daughter because you've blessed me by being a father. Mr. Blake, you've blessed me by being a father. Mr. Antoine, he's blessed me by being a father to a boy that is fatherless. But God says, guess what? I will be your father when need be, your mother, your sister, your brother, your friend. He has shown me that in such a harsh world as today, it's still there. I can't say thank you enough. I love you guys, and I just really encourage all the parents to help to do as much as we can to encourage programs such as this, because we're blessed to have it at Guilford Elementary. Other schools aren't quite so blessed. I wish we can extend ourselves everywhere because I would love for other boys to receive what our boys are receiving. So I can only say thanks for everything, and we love you.